When you have a yeast infection, you can be so uncomfortable that you avoid anything. A simple task can cause burning and itching that make you crazy. Read this article to learn how to treat and prevent yeast infections so that you may get on with your life. Cotton underwear is the best option when you have a yeast infection. You may enjoy the look of synthetic fibers, but they may cause you discomfort down the road. Stick to wearing cotton panties, which will provide the needed air in your vaginal area. This might stop yeast infections from occurring in the first place. Yogurt is an excellent addition to your diet. If you notice that you have common yeast infection symptoms, have some yogurt. Yogurt has live bacteria cultures such as Acidophilus, which are very healthy. This gives your body the healthy bacteria it needs to diminish the yeast. Tea tree oil is a wonderful natural remedy, and it is useful in curing yeast infections. Combine the tea tree oil with a small amount of oil from sweet almonds, and massage directly onto the vagina. Undiluted tea tree oil can cause skin irritation, so make sure you mix it with a carrier oil. This is a great way to fight vaginal infections and help balance out the body. Wearing cotton underwear can help to prevent a yeast infection. Non-natural fibers trap moisture against the skin. Choose panties that are 100% cotton and change them often. This will help you to stay dry and healthy. Try not to wear pants that are too tight or skinny. Skinny jeans may look cute, but they will worsen your symptoms. If your crotch does not get enough air circulation, you are welcoming a yeast infection. Pick comfortable clothing, both lightweight and not too restricting. Look out for scratches, cuts or scrapes. Any tear to the vagina can increase the risk of contracting a yeast infection. A tampon or genital penetration can cause a cut or tear. Be careful with both. If you frequently have yeast infections, then you should try to not have rough sex. Yeast infections are contagious. You need to have no symptoms for 7 days before resuming sexual activity. If you have an oral infection, avoid kissing and wash silverware thoroughly after meals. Use soap that is geared for your vagina if you want to decrease yeast infections. You can find many different brands on the market with a little research. They help keep the pH of the vaginal area at normal levels, and they won't make the area too dry. Your chances of a yeast infection occurring will decrease by using these products. Vaginal yeast infections are more common than oral variants, but oral yeast infections do happen. If you have an oral yeast infection, you need to see a physician immediately. Natural remedies for oral yeast infections include using warm salt water to rinse out your mouth and drinking plenty of cool liquids. To stop the itching, use only gentle products. You may be desperate for any sort of relief from the painful itching. Make sure you practice common sense. Purchase products intended to ameliorate itching caused by a yeast infection. You may be tempted to use a stronger product from your shelf, one not good for yeast infections. Don't. If you suffer from chronic yeast infections, look for underlying causes. Identifying the specific cause of a yeast infection can take some time, but you need to review your lifestyle objectively. A lot of yeast infections are caused by diet, clothing choices, sexual activity or birth control pills. Choose clothes that contain cotton and other natural materials. Natural fibers let the skin ventilate and keep the area dry. Unlike synthetic fibers, yeast infections take root in damp, warm areas, and therefore, breathable cloth is key in their prevention. If a yeast infection has infected your mouth, then your saliva is carrying it as well. When this happens, you watch what you put into your mouth and only use disposable dining utensils, cups and dishes. Also, disinfect or purchase a new toothbrush to prevent recurring infection. Don't kiss anyone until the infection has been gone for a week at the least. It is important that you cure your yeast infection as quickly as possible. Recall this article the next time a yeast infection strikes. Prevention and avoidance would be wonderful, but knowing how to treat is also great. Please click the link in description to explore easy ways for getting rid of your chronic yeast infections.